Who is it? Welcome. Welcome. Say hi, everybody.
What's up? Whoa, Jesus.
Leo. Stella. Who is here? It's Nick. It's Nick. This is what she does.
Jesus Christ!
She almost took
I didn't
my
think she was
food.
gonna jump.
Oh no, this is what she does. Leo. He thinks you're gonna go feed him, so he's just in the corner by the kitchen.
I mean, I could, but
Come.
I don't know his food.
You know, you see that physique? That takes talent, time, eating, really expensive food because he's got really bad allergies, and he's also on a diet, so that's okay. He's in a forever bulking.
You guys are both dieting right now?
/ cutting phase, yeah. He's always dieting. This is my baby. This is Leo. Yeah, say hi.
The look on his face is priceless.
I love you. Okay. We're good. So, we're gonna go. First of all, we're gonna grab a energy drink because I have had like 0 caffeine today. I'm really tired
How did
today.
I not see that coming?
I'm really tired today, and not because we are in week 3 of my prep. This is the most he's ever played. It's because he's annoyed. Get her. Get her.
I love how that she's completely like not phased whatsoever by a dog that's 3 times the size.
Yeah. 100%. Get it. Okay. So, first is first. We're going to go get an energy drink. Second, we're going to go to Costco. I gotta go get some stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to try, if we can bring the camera inside, to show you the ins and outs of really the basic foods that I get from there, and then the savings that you will get if you do shop at something like a wholesale kind of place like Costco, BJ's, whatever. So yeah, let's go get it done. I realized that I've never given an introduction of myself, and if you're now just tuning in to these videos with my pro debut, my name is Francesca, and I am a IFBB Wellness Pro. So I wanted to share a little bit about my background and really how I got here today and what I'm doing and what I do, who I am, so on and so forth. And then talk a little bit more about bodybuilding and some of my suggestions for anybody that is thinking about dabbling in the sport, or you are thinking for sure like you're going to be going into your first prep at some time soon, or even maybe like you're a lifestyle athlete. Some of these things will definitely apply to you. I was an athlete my entire life. I basically was in gymnastics for my entire childhood, played soccer a good amount of years as well, and eventually, fast forward, I started to do CrossFit. And when I was doing CrossFit for about a decade or so, I was extremely competitive in the sport. And before that, I've just been working out, oh my God, like ever since like 8th grade. So next Wednesday is my birthday, which I'll be 35. If you do the math, that's showing you how long I've been lifting and dedicating my entire life to this kind of lifestyle. So this is not new for me. Bodybuilding was very new, like the lifestyle, the monotonous lifestyle was very new for me to some degree. But the habits I've now formed because of it, those are new for sure. So that is that. Oh, is it on?
Yeah, you're good. Get it.
Okay.
What are we getting here?
Well, we've got choices. Strawberry watermelon ice. That's
go-to.
my go-to.
Get it.
Thank you. I will. Yes, sir.
You
Okay.
just love that stuff, don't you?
No, I really don't.
Yes, you do.
I like it. Like I said, I really like Ghost. But no, it's just I'm tired. I'm really tired today. And I try to only have an energy drink if I feel like I don't need anything ever, but if I feel like I need that little kick in order to like get me through the day, yeah, then I'm gonna go for it. I just don't prefer coffee black, and the only thing that I can put into my coffee when I'm in prep is a Splenda or like a little bit of like monk fruit juice, sweetener, right? That's what I use. Yeah, monk fruit sweetener. I like squeeze like a little bit of that in there. But that's the only time I'll have a C4. If I don't want to drink that. I can't put words together. I'm really tired right now. My father passed away during that time frame. I get this question all the time, and I don't really ever talk about it, but I was married at a point, and obviously I am divorced. I lost my father, went through a divorce, sold our house, moved back into my mom's, and eventually like started dating somebody else, and that relationship eventually ended months later down the road. And I honestly was just like putting all of my unhealed trauma between my dad and the divorce like on the back burner, so I never really healed from that. So I had a lot of like loss that I was grieving between like the breakups, the dad, like all of it. And I eventually got to this place where I was like, I need to change. Like things in my life really need to change. And we fast forward, I finally like started putting myself first again, and it was the best time ever because I was single as could be and as selfish as I needed to be for myself in order to be able to focus on solely me. I was going to therapy weekly. I was doing everything that I should. And at that time, I started training at Bev's. And everything, I swear to you, the second that I started training there, like things just continued to get better. And it wasn't like it was just the gym. It was obviously because I was working on myself that entire time. But I eventually, well, actually, almost like within that first month, I met my coach, Mark.
Shout out Mark.
Shout out Mark, Tom Nick Trained, who I'm now a coach on. And he just really helped improve my life. You know, without like, hey, I'm gonna improve your life. He literally was just this guiding light for me, and a whole different kind of experience of a coach that I've never in my life have ever been exposed to. And throughout that entire time, I've also been coaching myself. Without him being a mentor, like now he's officially my mentor, but he had really been my mentor throughout our entire coach-athlete relationship, whether he realized that or not. I'm sure he did. But I've gained so much from him, not just as an athlete, but like as a human being, a business owner, like all of that. When I met him, I was in a really, really dark place. And yeah, he like helped creep me out of that. It was a really cool experience. And I would not take back any of that pain that I had gone through for anything. Every little bit of darkness and hurt and sadness and nights crying and being alone, literally feeling like there was no light at the end of the tunnel, all were steps in the right direction. Like every part of that helped me grow. Every part of it. It was really, really difficult to get through, but it was the best thing I ever did for myself. So met him on our consult call. I literally told him, I think I want to do a show. I'm pretty sure I want to do wellness unless, well, I wanted to do wellness. My heart was desiring wellness. But I said, you know, taking a look at my photos, if there's anything that you would suggest for me, like maybe a different division, then I'm totally cool with whatever you would say. You're the professional. And he was like, no, wellness is what your wellness. And we went for it. My expectations were very different. And this is like the console calls that I now have with future athletes of my own, is that I thought, okay, he'll start coaching me and like maybe within 2 months we'll decide on a show. And that was so far from what we did, but also what you should ever think should happen when you're signing up with somebody new. Somebody new needs time to get to know you. They need time to collect all of your data, and you owe that to yourself as well. It's not just like the coach needs to get to know you. You also need to get to know, like, are you able to handle these things? Are you able to handle this monotonous lifestyle? Do you like it? Are you gonna really love doing this? Because prep is going to be extremely challenging. So you have to prepare yourself on all kinds of fronts, and not just the lifestyle, but also, are you financially set out to be able to afford going into a prep? Can you afford the lifestyle? If you're breaking the bank already with just living the lifestyle, then you should probably rethink your priorities and really make sure that you are budgeting appropriately for yourself. You should never be putting your finances into like a detrimental state for the sake of getting onto a bodybuilding or getting into a bodybuilding prep. That's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. That's so irresponsible. And I'll break down later like the cost of a lot of these things and what you should be considering throughout the process, especially for us females out there. It is not cheap by any means. To give you just like a little example, your suit, even if you rent it, is going to easily cost you $300 to $500, and that's for a rental. So
what's the suit? Is that like your
the
outfit
bikini
thing? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought you meant like some tanning thing or something.
No, that's another price though. But yeah, so Mark and I were working together from about July to February. Yes, July to February. And then I finally went into a prep. And the only reason why he felt as though I was ready to do a prep is because at the time he knew I was going to compete as a natural bodybuilder. I was not willing to take PEDs. I'm young, but I'm not young. So he knew that like with my background and all the sports that I've participated in, that my muscle maturity was relatively there. He saw how I trained. He saw how I was committed. Like he saw all these things that were checking off, you know, on his list to be able to say like, okay, we can do this. Like she's ready for it. So I competed. I started prep last year for my first show ever in February. My first show is June 3rd, which was Atlantic States. And I won the overall. I won everything. All my classes that I participated in, the overall. Then I competed 3 weeks later, June 28th or 30th or something. And that was at Universe at Nationals. I won my class, which got me my pro card. I did this all naturally. The only things that I did not use anabolics. The only things that I did use were T3 and Clen for fat loss purposes. And yeah, so ever since I won my pro card, I had to really sit down and think like, what is my next step? What do I want to do? Do I want to compete as a pro? Do I want to go to the Olympia? Like, how serious do I want to take this? And obviously you get your pro card, you're living on this high. You're like, holy shit, I just did something incredible. what do I do now? You know, like some people know because they've been fighting for a pro card for so long, whereas like I went in, I did it, and I was like, oh fuck, I did that. You know, like what do I do now? So it was very new, so I sat on that decision for a little bit, and I would speak to Eric about it, my boyfriend, all the time. It wasn't an easy decision, and the reason why I say that is because you put so much of your life on hold. So yeah, that's that. Gold star member, baby. I am a fruit snob. Take a look, flip it upside down. Hydros are the shit. I can't lie. Hydros are really good. But you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with your fresh produce. Blech. I don't really love what I'm seeing, so I'm just gonna get one. That's annoying, because I usually get two. So,
The dog is looking directly at you right now.
oh, this is what he does.
Like, what are you doing?
Now he thinks it's just like, it's all about him. Everything's about him. Okay, so one of the biggest things is just making your life super convenient and easier by buying in bulk. Just do it. If you have the space for things and things aren't going to expire, just do yourself the favor and do it. Then, outside of that, when you're prepping the stuff that you got, go a little bit extra and get your strawberries cut in advance. Like, do those little small things to set yourself up for success and then also save your time. So like, for instance, what I'm gonna do in a little bit is cut up my strawberries, and then I'm gonna keep them in my glass containers, and then they're just stored away so they're all chopped and ready to be eaten. Then the blueberries, like, I'll leave and I'll save them as is. Normally what you could also do if you have space for it, I kind of run out of space, but you can clean your produce and then store them again. Like glass, you can separate layers with paper towels so they stay nice and fresh, because as you know, these things can go bad really easily. So you can see, like, eggs, the turkey is mine. Eric doesn't eat turkey right now, he has beef. I go back and forth between 93.7 beef or turkey, and then yeah, egg whites for days, because both of us eat a ton every single day, especially that man. Speaking of which, so something Eric and I do is every single week we order all of our meat from Hummus Fit. So it's a company that I do work with. They are amazing. So we buy all of the a la carte for our meat, and then again, that's another way to easily save yourself time. And when you actually do the math for things, for everything, it comes out to be more affordable and cheaper. So my recommendation would easily be choose your meats from something like Hummus Fit or a meal prep service. Relationship tip. If you see that your significant other is low on rice, cook it for them. Help them out. They'll return the favor. Were you doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, you see?
Gotta be exact with this.
This is why we measure, because I don't need that extra.
Give it to the dog.
Yeah.
Give it to the dog.
For real. This is for tomorrow. So I do 5 grams of creatine, and I use VMI which if you know me or you follow me, I am sponsored by them. I swear by that company. I absolutely love them with all my heart and soul. And then I use 20 grams of carbohydrates, so I have down, I think it's 20 carbs. Actually, don't quote me on that. Wait, I can tell you right now,
I
it's
was
more.
gonna say, just look at the bottle.
36. 20 ounces for 36 grams. And then I go in for my scoop of my amino acids, my essential amino acids, so my EAAs. Now we eat. This is meal 3. So chicken, rice. I actually put my coconut oil in here. I took away from 2 of my meals because I really like the way it tastes with this meal. And I can do that because it's a rest day, so I can have a little bit more freedom with that and the way that I situate things. Blueberries. So something to think about, right? Because people don't put this into perspective. You have to pay for supplements. You have to be able to afford these things. And not just because like, oh, well, I can probably just get away with, not taking supplements. If you're taking shit quality supplements, you will pay for it, or you're just literally wasting your money. If you, or when you rather, because you should be getting your blood work done, but when you eventually go and take your blood work, your markers are just going to be crap. Or if you're post show and whatnot, and you're not spending that money, you're not investing into your health, everything, all your markers are just going to be tanked. So it's something to remind yourself about. A while back, Eric and I bought a big bag of rice from Costco, and our original bag that we normally get was unavailable. They were sold out. So like, screw it, we just got to get this bag. I never realized that I could hate white rice. It just does not come out the same. So he's finishing that bag because he doesn't care. I care. I bought myself like a different one. I think it was like Carolina, whatever it's called. But yeah, Carolina makes really great white rice.